Yesterday, Hawkeye's finale certainly left us with a lot of interesting questions, but one of the most prominent was regarding the canonicity of the Netflix Marvel shows, as we're now starting to see the reappearance of certain characters like Kingpin and Matt Murdock. Following Kingpin's reveal in the last episode of Hawkeye, Vincent D'Onofrio has spoken out about whether this version of Wilson Fisk is the same one as he portrayed in Daredevil. So multiple interviews have been released with D'Onofrio, and he's confirmed that this is the same version of Kingpin we see in the Marvel Netflix shows. He says obviously in the show he's physically stronger and can take more physical abuse, but emotionally and as far as the history that was discussed, it was done with an eye on connecting as many dots from Daredevil to Hawkeye as possible. There are obviously things that we can't connect. For instance, he's stronger, but as far as how I played him and the history that I carry myself from and into Hawkeye, he's the same guy. This is incredible news for the fans of the Daredevil show. There were a few little hints in the Hawkeye finale that they're connected, like Fisk wearing his father's cufflinks as he did in the Daredevil show. Now this might add a bit more homework for MCU fans, but the payoff is seriously worth it and an extremely massive win for Daredevil fans. In terms of story, D'Onofrio says, "It was always established to me that this is after the blip, and that he's already lost the power that he had in Daredevil, and he wants it back." We can only hope that this could cause a rematch between Kingpin and Daredevil down the line. And D'Onofrio wants to see Kingpin take on Spider-Man in the future too, something I'm sure we all can't wait to see for the first time on screen. There's more than enough proof to show that Daredevil is still canon to the MCU, and his story is only just getting started. It really feels like a fresh start going forward for him, while continuing what we already know and love. We are very excited to see where they go next with Kingpin in the MCU, especially now that we know some of the other characters from those Netflix shows should and could still be somewhere in the MCU. Considering that Daredevil Season 3 deals with the consequences of the Defenders show, making Daredevil canon would also make that show canon too, along with all the other Marvel Netflix shows like Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and because of Daredevil Season 2, The Punisher as well. Although it still remains to be seen whether the other non-Netflix Marvel shows are canon too, this is still a massive win for Marvel fans, and I for one can't wait to see the reintroduction of these characters to continue. In fact, we have a video coming out soon on how to reintroduce the Marvel Netflix characters to the MCU, but until then, I've been Brandon, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy holidays everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw here today, then maybe consider subscribing to catch our other content as and when it releases.